When you're doing cold calls, it's when you market, you're actually walking up to that person. They're a cold call the second that before you walk up to them. You can develop a relationship with them, but that's the same as a call. So whether you're talking to somebody on the phone or in person, typically I use about the same strategy. It's just that you got to do a little bit more of like the rapport building and small talk when you're in person. But typically, if you're cold calling somebody, it's just you go right into it. So it's like, hey, Dennis, what's up, man? How you feeling today?
I'm doing great. What are you calling about?
Awesome. Hey, man, it's Josh Waxman. I'm giving you a call because I know you're probably all set. You have everything in place, and with somebody that handles things for you, I'm actually specializing in business owners, helping them protect their income, fill out their financial plan, and also create a tax-free retirement plan. Wanted to see if you're open to compare and make sure that you're in line with your current needs.
Yes, actually, that'd be great.
Awesome. Great. What's better for you, later today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 4 or 6?
4 works.
4 o'clock. What's best email for you?
D Molina, CFN.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Just send over a Calendly link for our Zoom call tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. Looking forward to connecting with you. Have a phenomenal day. Very rarely are people going to just say yes, especially on a cold call. Your friends will more likely say yes. That's why warm calls are higher conversion than a cold call. But again, if your warm call isn't happening, then cold call or cold go meet people. Right? Like we were talking, your best, I don't know how you do it, right? But like I don't, when I'm in the elevator, I might say, hi, how you doing to somebody, but she just like strikes up a conversation. And like, you met Jess in the elevator? I mean, you guys just wrote up like $1,000 a month policy and a 100K annuity type of thing from a lady you met in the elevator in your building. That's awesome, right? So same thing, the going out, talking to people. I'm really good at doing that out there. I just when I'm at home personally, but that's cool. But when you really want to be able to set up this, you want to be able to be successful so that when you know that you have a base, that this is the base script. This is just like no one gives you rejection. You don't have to do that much small talk. Boom. But you might have to do that. So like if they, and this is where like as you do more sales, you'll get good at area codes. But if somebody had a 215 area code, I'm from Philly, so I'm gonna know that. Or if they have a 516 area code, they're from New York. If they have an 803 is South Carolina. You know some of these things, and so you can be able to throw in there like if they're from New York, you'd be like, wait, before I do a call, you're not a Giants fan, are you? You know, like, but before I give you my little spiel, like you can say that, like they know you're a salesperson. You have to own that you're a salesperson, and you're not selling them something. You're selling them something. You just got to own it. A lot of people say like, I'm not trying to sell you. Like, yes, you are. You are.
Appreciate authenticity.
Yeah. Like I'm just offering my services to you. Are you open to learn about them? No? All right, cool. See you later. Next person. Hey, like this is, if you're in a room right here and I had your undivided attention, I mean, Jeffrey does something like this where he says like, how many of you guys don't have a coach right now? All right. How many of you guys don't have a coach but also have $3,000 in your bank account? Okay. How many of you guys would be open to hiring a coach right now? Okay, great. Sounds good. If you're open to hiring me as a coach, you can see me in the back of the table. He's creating demand right off the bat. So you want to find that hole. It's like, again, bringing it to football. I don't care if the play is run it straight up the middle. If I line up and I'm a quarterback and the hole is filled, I should probably call a what? An audible. I should probably call an audible. If I notice that the middle of the field is wide open and I'm supposed to throw it to the outside, I might want to tell this guy to run a slant in the middle. You might want to do that so that you have an open hole. If they have their guard up against life insurance or retirement planning, or they say they're good, like just focus on something else that we do. Paul was like, I don't care about life insurance. I don't care about leaving any money behind to my family. I already have an annuity through the state. Even though I know it's a variable annuity, he's totally closed off to it. He doesn't want anything. He has a 401k. He has retirement. He has stock. He has everything. He's good. But the one thing he was worried about was what?
Getting hurt on his job and then not being able to pay his bills.
Getting hurt on his job. Disability insurance. Now he probably has he said he has crappy short-term disability from work. 300 a week. He makes 3,000 a week.
Yeah.
So like I wrote up a plan for him. He gets $4,000 or $6,000 a month. It's not 150 grand. It's not replacing his income, but it gives him about like 60% of it, 50% of it. So it helps. So, and you can literally have your target market sheet up, right? But I like to focus on one thing and do one thing really well. I wouldn't like call young families someday and then call business owners someday and then call retirees someday. I would just get really, really good at it, at whatever you're doing, right? And so my script is always, I help whatever they do. I help them with problem 1, problem 2, problem 3. Or just simply problem 1. But like that's what I would do, either 1 or 3 personally. Whatever, 1, 2, 3. It doesn't really matter. The point is that you just get into the flow of saying the same thing. And it's like when I meet people, if I'm talking to an 82-year-old woman, I don't tell her that I'm help business owners out with growing their money. I say I help retirees preserve their capital. That's what it comes down to, right? So you want to be able to understand that what you're doing is tailored to whoever you're talking to. If I meet Dennis and he's bartending or running security at a club, I help security guards protect their lives in case, God forbid, something happens to them on the job. Right? Like I talk to bartenders about helping them figure out where they can put their extra cash and tip money instead of losing it in the market. I help people that work at big box retail stores figure out what to do with their money besides what your job is giving you in benefits. I help real estate agents be able to help protect their money and grow their money without having to worry about the market going up and down like the real estate market does. I help athletes figure out what to do with their money and actually be a financial planner up for them for the rest of their career without having to let them worry about other people selling them all these gadgets and gizmos for their whole career. I just want to help you figure out what to do with your money so you don't lose it. That's valuable. Now, I would agree that you also have to have a good knowledge base of what everybody's problem is. But if you're in present, if you go into your head in the moment, you're going to totally freeze. And a lot of people freeze. And again, from why do people freeze from a conscious level? Fear, but subconsciously you freeze when your mom yells at you. You freeze when you're about to get hit as a kid. You freeze when your teacher calls on you and you don't know what to say. Yeah, you feel like you're wrong. There's guilt and shame and negative feelings associated with that. There's no reason to be that way here. One of the biggest things that you can learn, and one thing that Jeff always has to say is now that I'm grown up, I'm not going to get in trouble. Now that I'm grown up, I don't have to make other people right. Now that I'm grown up, I don't have to lie anymore to my parents. Now that I'm grown up, I can just be who I am, right? And so if I'm talking to Dennis, it's okay to be to stumble a little bit. It's okay to not be totally perfect, but it's also important to be in the flow, right? So you might meet somebody out or be on the phone call and they might hit you with something that you're not sure of, and that's okay. But you have to be able to come back to it. You do kickboxing all the time, right? If somebody hit you, most of the time you get hit, you're not expecting to get hit. Otherwise you would have blocked it. Right? So if you're not expecting to get hit, you can't whoa, right? Because if you say whoa, then what's going to happen again? They're going to hit you. No, you got to be able to shake it off and get back to your stance. Yeah, you have to be able to do that. You have to be able to do that in sales. And the only way to do that in sales is to do what we're doing right now in practice, right? So let's role play again. Earl, let's go. Ready? I'm calling you. You own a business. Cool. You're the recipient. Cool. So it's, hey Earl, how you feeling today?
Hey, good. Thank you for asking.
Awesome. Hey man, it's Josh Waxman. I know you're probably all set and everything, have everything in place, and have someone that handles everything for you already. I actually specialize in helping business owners with protecting their income in case they couldn't do what they do each day to make money, and also tax-free retirement plans. Again, I know you're all set, but I wanted to see if you're open to someone comparing what you have to make sure that they're in line with your current needs.
Yes, that would be great.
All right, cool. It's going to cost you nothing, about 15 minutes of your time. Is that okay with you? All right, cool. It depends. What's better for you? I know you're busy running a business. Are you better in mornings or afternoons? Afternoons. Tomorrow's Friday. You probably want to get out of the. This is like on the call. You got to be able to say these things. Like nobody wants to do a call at 8 o'clock on a Friday. You want to feed to them. I know you're a business owner. You probably want to get home to your family on a Friday afternoon. Let's do early Friday. Is 1 or 2 better for you? That way you can get out of there early.
2.
I know you work at the club. You're probably not a good person to do a 10 a.m. call with. What time do you usually wake up, bro?
3 in the afternoon.
About 3 in the afternoon. So, like, I'll give you a couple hours. Can we do like a 4 or 5 o'clock call? What time do you have to be at the club?
6.
At 6 o'clock?
4 o'clock.
All right, can we do like 4 o'clock? That would be quick. I'll keep it short, and you can get back to what you do. You know, like stuff like that. If people call me when I'm running a restaurant, I had to keep a Bluetooth in my ear because I have food on my hands. I'm not gonna do a call with you on the spot, and if I am, I'm the most business owners. You want to call them and be very quick with them. Like, yo, bro, I'm giving you a call because I see that you own an A, B, and C company. Wanted to see if you're down for somebody talking to you about your finances and seeing what you got. I know you're probably all set, but I just wanted to offer another bird's eye view of what you got going on. Is that something you're open to? No, man. Thanks for calling. Have a good day. All right, bye. You have to accept that. Like 90% of the time, 80% of the time, or 70% of the time, that's going to happen to you, no matter how good you are. Does that make sense? So we have this small talk, right? It's easier to small talk in person, right? But you can small talk with somebody on the phone based on either where they live, based on their industry, right? My favorite thing is, the easiest thing is also to go on the weather. Right, like, damn, bro, I bet you it's cold up there, isn't it? Or the family, right? You know, so like these are things that you can do. Well, that's better for warm calls, right? Warm calls, the family is great. How's the family? How's life? Awesome, awesome. Well, purpose I'm calling. Hey, man, all right, cool. You're from New York. I just wanted to make sure. I'm from Philly originally. I know I'm calling you from a Miami number, but I'm from Philly. Wanted to make sure you're not a Giants fan before I even talk to you. So now that you are not a Giants fan, I know you're probably also da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, I help whatever they do with blank, blank, and blank. That's what you do. But I help people that install telecom into businesses, protect their income in case they, God forbid, got electrocuted and weren't going to be here anymore. Right? Like, that's probably a concern of some people. Right? It just depends. So this is cold calls. Now, again, coming down to rebuttals, this is 1 and 2. This is 3, 4, and 5. Every rebuttal in the book is a variation. There are only these 5 rebuttals. All other rebuttals are different variations of these 5. As you make more calls, you'll be able to move into a space where this becomes natural to you. Just trust the process. So your goal is to have like these categories, not memorized, but like in your toolbox, and be able to utilize them. So if somebody says like, I already have it or I don't want it, you have to be able to say, that's great. I totally understand, but from where you sit, what do you have? Like you can't, you have to immediately, like on the call, be able to put them into one of these 5 and have the automatic response come out. Now it's only going to be automatic if you do what? Practice it once, twice, all the time, right? Kobe is known, right? I think I've told this story before. We just read Mamba Mentality. But Kobe was known for practicing the basics more than anybody else. So he How many times have you seen Kobe do a spin move behind the leg dunk? A couple times. But how many times have you seen him do a fadeaway jumper? A lot. How many times have you seen him do a boom, boom, and go up? Like the basics. So you have to practice the basics and be in love with the basics in this business. And try to do all these fancy things, it's not going to work. You can add that later, but you just want to practice the base, add a little small talk and a little flair and a little of your personality in there, and then start learning how to handle rebuttals. I think I told you in the beginning, but if you literally, as soon as they give you a rebuttal, I don't even care. If all you're going through is looking for yeses and nos right from the start and you hang up as soon as they say something, that's fine for your first month. I swear. If you go through this and they say to you, and I really realistically would have this printed out so that you can literally just read it to them. But if somebody says to you, if you go through this and they say, nah, man, I already have it, and you say, okay, all good, man, thanks, and you hang up, that is more than other people do. If they say, I already have a financial advisor, and you say, okay, best of luck to you, have a great day, man, that's already more than other people do. Now, can you be better than that? Sure. That's like you only hit a home run or you strike out. There's people like that. Yeah, they'd probably be better if they hit some singles, doubles, and triples, but it is what it is. It's like throwing a Hail Mary every single play in football. Right? Like, you're going to score a touchdown once in a while. Right? You'll score less. You should probably learn how to throw it shorter. But if that's what you do in your first week or 2 or 3, like, okay, at least you're doing the reps. You're at least learning how to throw the ball. But as you continue growing, you need to learn these things. There are only 5 to learn. Now, if you're new at this business or any other business, which all of us are, including myself, then you go home and you practice these things. You know, when I was in high school playing football outside my dad at my dad's house, there was like this little hill, and I would just stand there running my plays like over and over again for hours. Like, I know them because I did the same thing. Boom, here's a little jet sweep. Like, boom, here's a jet sweep waggle. Like, I know every single play. I've done them hundreds of times. You have to be able to know these. Like, it doesn't matter. When you're good at sales and you learn sales skills, which sales is the highest paid profession in the world. It does not matter whether you're selling drinks, whether you're selling markers, whether you're selling computers, whether you're selling little football toys, or whether you're selling life insurance. If you learn sales, these are the only 5 rebuttals that people will have in any business. And you have to be able to learn how to do these, and you will become super successful by learning these. It's so simple, and it's so easy, but very few people are willing to do the work outside of here. Right? So, sell me this little football.
Hey Josh, how you doing?
I'm awesome. How are you?
I'm good.
Huh? Yeah, just cold call me and tell me you sell footballs.
Oh, hey Josh, how you feeling today?
I'm awesome. How are you?
Hey, my name is Cameron, and I know you probably.
Just go.
I know you probably all set and have everything in place. Someone to handle things for you. I specialize in calling people like you and helping you selling footballs to you guys, especially when I know people are have either been professional athletes or really into football, maybe have investments, something like that. So I was, in case you couldn't, so I decided to call you in case you couldn't do what they do each day to make.
Sell me this football.
All right. Hey, Josh.
What's up, man? How are you? Who's this?
Great. This is Dennis, man. How's everything going with you?
Awesome. What's up, man?
Are you chilling, brother? Listen, real quick. I see that you're the one appointed to Lee's Hoagie's house. You guys are still in Philly, right? You're located in Philly?
Yeah, man.
All right, excellent, man. Listen, I got this great idea for you. I got this little mini footballs that we're selling here. They'd be great decorations for your establishment, especially since we got football season coming. I think it'd be a great little touch for your restaurant and bring a lot of venue, put in the spirit of things. Was wondering if you have time for a jump on a Zoom call real quick.
I already got decorations here, man.
Oh man, that's great. I figured that you would because I hear great things about it. I saw the pictures on Google. Your place looks good, but I would love to have you jump on a Zoom call and I can show you why these little footballs are going to add more value to the regular decorations that you have, especially during football season.
You know what, dude? I got my guy at Party City already selling me footballs.
Yeah, but you know what? The difference between Party City footballs and mine is, I know I'm going to give you a better rate, and these are quality footballs. When are you free for some time?
I don't know, man. I'm super busy right now. I don't really have football seasons in 6 months. I don't got time to figure out my football decoration season
Well, that's
right now.
great. I figured you're busy. I know that you're the head of the business. I'm sure that you always got stuff going. So listen, it's a quick 10, 15-minute Zoom call. Later today or tomorrow, we'll knock it out. I mean, we're already 1/3 of the call down. We're already talking here for 5 minutes. Another 5, we would have gotten what we needed to do done. So,
How much are the footballs cost, man?
I'll tell you what. Jump on the Zoom call with me tomorrow, and we're gonna work out a great deal.
I
What's the email that I get?
I already spent my money on my marketing for decorations this month, so I think it's outside of my budget.
Well, you know what? Lucky for you, I custom tailor to every one of my clients' needs. So we'll work with you. We'll come up with a number that works for you, and that way we can get you what you need. When are you available? Later today or tomorrow for the Zoom call?
But I appreciate you, but I'm not interested. Have a good day.
All right. Boom.
But that was awesome. Good job. You can keep that football.
You get
But like that's great. That was awesome. And at the end, what happened? I hung up.
Well, guess what? I kept them on the phone.
Yes. And now, what should you probably do with a person like me? When?
next month.
Eh,
You said your budget was done this month.
yeah, but maybe in a month or so. Yeah. Call him back, and if he still doesn't answer, when should you call him? Right before? Yeah. Like that was awesome. Right? Everything that I said was just a rebuttal. It doesn't matter if they say I have life insurance, I have a retirement plan, I have a financial advisor, I have football decorations, I already have this or that, I have a barber. Like, people are always open to new things if they're what? Better. If they're better. They do not always if they're cheaper. Sometimes you have a cheap barber and he keeps fucking up your hair. Right? You might be willing to spend 10 more bucks to get a better haircut.
When you asked him how much the footballs cost, like,
Yeah.
what would you like?
What did he say?
Like in our instance, yeah, you would say the same thing. Like, well, we've already been.
Tailor fit it to each.
I would literally say exactly what he said. Life insurance is different for everybody. If you're a baby, it might be $1 a day, and if you're a super successful person, it probably doesn't make sense to do $1 a day. But that's why I got to hop you on a call and see what is best for you. When's a good time? Later today or tomorrow?
That's crazy. We really used to sell policies based on $1 a day. Yeah.
It's true.
For adults.
Yes, and you can.
That's crazy.
I mean, your policy is $3 a day. Your policy is $2 a day. I mean, it's not that crazy. But at the same time, we don't want to do that anymore. Right? I already did that. You already sold small policies. We sold small policies. You sold health insurance. You know, like, you got to be able to sell better, bigger, better stuff. And so a lot of your identity when it comes, infinite banking might sound cool, but to be able to sell somebody, how much does the proper, if somebody really wants to utilize infinite banking properly, how much, now again, you can do it for any cost purpose, but like to use it for a car or a house or a business, how much money should they have in cash value after like a year or 3?
100,000.
Yeah, 50 to 100K. And so if they're putting 50 to 100K, if they have 50 to 100K in cash value, they should probably, you know, if you divide that by, let's call it 12 months, they have to have 4 to 10K a month to put in if they're doing it for a year, right? You split that. Now they could do 2 to 5K a month if they're going to have that kind of money after 2 years, or 1 to 2,500 a month if they're going to do it over, well, I guess that'd be 4 years because I cut it in half. Over 4 years. But like, you know, so now how much do we make if somebody is putting 4 to 10K a month into a policy? 40 to 90 grand, 40 to 100 grand, more because that's 10K a month. You're talking about like 40 to 120K a year in one what? One transaction. So if you've never earned 40K in a year, it's going to be challenging to be able to sell something that's 40K a transaction. It's going to be challenging if your identity remains where it's at. most of what we do is being able to focus on your identity growing. If you associate with high-level people, you will be able to sell high-level people products. If you associate with low-level people, like if you go out, I have some friends that are like this, right? And I'm sure all of us do, and it doesn't change the older you get, whether you're 40, 50, 60, or 70. I go out with some friends, and I already know that they're going to order based on the price tag. Or you order some drinks, and you know that it's $50, and they're going to give you 20. Like, that's less than half, bro. We're here together. Like they're not gonna do that, or they're gonna expect you to pay. If those are the people you associate with, it's gonna be hard to deal with people that are older and more successful. And so, where can you go, and how do you improve your identity? Is being able to go where successful people are and hang out with successful people, right? Like it's on my birthday lunch, which was awesome. I expected to do what? Pay. But I had two friends there that covered the bill because we do that for each other. If I leave the cigar lounge, I might get, what do I drink every time I'm there? Yeah, soda water. The bottle costs like $9, right? But if I left $9, what am I forgetting about? Two things. And taxes, tip and taxes. A lot of my friends, if you send somebody a receipt, and this happened on my birthday night, they'll send you money, but without tip and tax. All right, so I'll drop if I leave early, which I do most of the time because I'd rather go home and spend an hour with Yaritza than stay there till 11 or 12 o'clock at night, is I'll leave a $20 bill and say, here you go, guys, I'm out of here. But that's our respect for each other, and vice versa. Or sometimes I'll get up to pay the bill, and he's like, oh no, the guy that just left just paid it already. Like you want to have friends like that, but you have to increase your identity. And the only way to increase your identity is to associate yourself with people, put yourself in an environment like that, or believe it in your mind. Like visualization is key. I've told you guys that your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between a truth and a lie. You have to associate yourself with high-level people. So here are some rebuttals. Now, Dennis did an awesome freaking job. I'm going to ask us to run it through one more time. Almost exactly how he said. I want you guys to take notes and be attentive to what he's saying. Okay? Same thing. Sell me the marker. Good. Sell me the marker.
Ring, ring, ring. Hey, Josh. How are you? Dennis here.
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm fantastic. Yourself?
I am doing well. What's going on, man?
What's going on, brother? This is really
How do I know you?
You don't know me, but I'm introducing myself right now. So,
Okay.
I see that you're the head of CFN Miami. So you guys are doing great things there. So you're a successful financial firm. And the reason I'm calling you is because I've noticed that through your profile, you do a lot of visual aids. You do a lot of writing on whiteboards and stuff like that. And I happen to specialize in mass production and selling of magic markers, dry erase markers. So that's why I'm reaching out to you, because I think you would take a lot of advantage of what we have to offer. And I would love to jump on a Zoom call with you and kind of break down how we could, do business together.
I mean, that's cool. I already got a whole box of Expo markers in the closet, though.
Okay, I figured that you would. I mean, you seem like a guy that's going to be ready to go. However, what I have to offer you is not only a better quality marker, it's going to be a better price off for you as well. When are you available to jump on a Zoom call so we can break down and tell you exactly how I can help you?
I mean, I'd rather just order them from Amazon, bro. They come the next day. It's super easy.
Well, you know what? That's great. I mean, Amazon is a great competitor. However, we do customize our prices to your needs, and we ship on a basis of whenever you want. I can break down this in a lot more detail when you have more time. Like I said, 10-15 minute Zoom call. We jump on, tell you what it's about, and then that's it. If you find what we have of value, cool. If not,
dude, I don't have 10-15 minutes to talk about Expo markers, bro.
All right. Well, what do you have 10-15 minutes to talk about? Because we're not just talking about markers. We're talking about saving you money.
Okay. Well, how much does it cost? I already have a box of 24 of them. I probably won't need any Expo markers in the next 3 to 6 months. So I don't really want to spend any extra money on it right now.
The only thing it's going to cost you right now is about 15 minutes of your time. We're going to break down exactly see what you're spending versus what you would spend with me. And like I said, if it makes sense for you, we move on. And if not, thanks for your time, and you just keep living your best life, brother.
All right. I mean, I appreciate you, but realistically, I'm just not interested in any more expo markers right now. But if you call me in like 2 months, I probably might need some more.
Okay, so tell you what, I'm gonna give you a call in 2 months, and we're gonna touch back base, and we're gonna tell me exactly what you need and how we're gonna be able to take care of you. All right, what's your email so I can go ahead and keep in contact with you, and that way we
Awesome.
be in touch.
Cool. I love that. Good job. Right? Clap it up for Dennis. All right. Good job. What? Right. So, what are you guys learning right now?
Just be able to
He can think of
come
his
back,
feet.
whatever.
He can think on his feet. Can't we all think on our feet?
Yeah, but you can hear like the confidence in his voice, which it creates assertiveness.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he was never not ready.
Correct. You have to. But how many things was he ready for?
All
Realistically, the last one is a what? He's gonna hang up on you, or you say have a good day.
Yeah.
So there's really only 4 things to be to be ready for. I don't have the time, or I'm too busy. I don't have the money, or it costs too much. I already have it, or I'm not interested in it, or like I don't need it, or something like that. Or I already have somebody, or I have my guy, or I just don't, I don't care.
Through a curveball, I'm telling me, oh yeah, well, why would I be interested in talking about markers? And so
Right.
I know that doesn't interest you, but saving money does. And that he was like, hey,
Yeah, quality and price.
So like we're gonna do this now. We're gonna practice this for another 10 minutes. Then we're gonna take a little break. But when you go home, I would suggest practicing. Like I don't know, do you guys ever in like a play when you were in school in like elementary school? Yeah.
Yeah, I was married.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Of course you were.
Right. And so like if you were in a play, you went home and you did what?
rehearse,
You practiced. And who did you present to?
mirror.
Yeah, your mirror or your family. And you would just practice, right? I don't know if like, my little sister would come home and she'd practice with me, and like, you just practice. So if you go home, ask your roommate, ask your brother, ask your mom, ask your sister, ask your dad, ask your friend, and say, hey, man, or hey, dad, or hey, someone, I have to become really good at this. Will you come over and let me practice with you? And I'll take you out to lunch after. I'll take you out to dinner later, or we'll go get some ice cream. We'll go get a cigar. I'll buy you a cigar if you come over to my house and let me practice for 2 hours. How much is that worth for you? That's very valuable. You have to be able to see it as valuable. I was talking to you guys last night. We're working for 2 imaginary things. One is to be a better person, and one is to be more successful. Like that's it. Neither of those, you can't see either of those. So like I'm having a challenge right now setting my 3rd goal for the year, because my goal really is to increase my consciousness. But there's no like I don't have a electromagnetic frequency reader that I can put in that I can detect my level of consciousness. I could muscle test myself, but like realistically it's in the air. We don't have I would love to do like what Abilio's doing with our Wi-Fi with my own energy, but somebody hasn't created that yet. It's something that I've thought of doing at some point. Like if you can read a radio, if you can listen to a radio, and radios are waves, then why can't you listen to thoughts? Because thoughts are waves, right? There's just you can listen to sound, you can listen to radio. Why can't you do that? So I don't know how to test that, but the purpose of me saying that is that you have to just trust that you're becoming a better person, and you have to trust that you're going to end up making more money. Like that gold thing that we showed, like you don't really know if there's diamonds back there. You think there are.
Well, and I'm reading the 4 agreements.
Yeah.
I'm just finishing it, and the 4th agreement is just do the best.
Always you do your best.
And it was saying like one day the best you can do might be like way worse than the next day.
Yes.
But the fact that you woke up and you knew that you did the best you could for that day, you feel accomplished. And like I know you can't measure it, but like
Yes.
if you know that your best for the day is working out for an hour, you know what I mean?
Correct.
Like, you can measure that.
Correct.
But just waking up every day and knowing that you did the best, and you know if you did or not. Like
Correct.
I know I didn't do the best I can today because I didn't work out this morning.
Right.
Right? Like I may not have ate as healthy as I wanted to this morning, or
Yes.
I may not have made as many calls as I wanted to this morning. Which those are quantifiable numbers, but what it boils down to is I didn't do the best I could.
Correct.
So I think
Absolutely.
that's what it comes down to.
So let's do this. What do you want to have up here? The cold call script, or are you guys cool with warm calls right now?
Yeah.
Cool. Cold calls. You could get the base script. You know how to do it. Okay. So let's just focus on rebuttals 1 and 2.